All right, welcome once again to Mathematics Meal. It is a program that has really helped a lot of students as far as the study of mathematics is concerned. We have a YouTube channel, Mathematics Meal 1, and a Facebook page, Mathematics Meal. Just do well to subscribe to the YouTube channel and also uh, follow us on Facebook. Today on Mathematics Meal, we are going to look at breakfast question. Remember, we have our breakfast question edition, lunch question edition, and we have our dinner question edition. Because the same way you eat your normal food in the morning, in the day, and in the night, the same way you also need to eat mathematics in the morning, in the day, and also at night to make sure that you are mathematically healthy. All right, we have a question that we are going to solve in breakfast question 7, and we're going to solve the question together. So let's go together on this question. Let's solve. 3 consecutive positive integers k, l, and m are such that l square equals 3 bracket k plus m bracket closes. Find the value of m plus l plus 2k. So what it means is that we need to find m, l, and k before we can find this. We need to find that. So how do we go about it? They have given us an information that 3 consecutive positive integers that are related with this. So the relationship is l squared is equal to 3 bracket k plus m. Now there is another important information here from the beginning: 3 consecutive positive integers. Okay, when we have consecutive numbers, the difference between consecutive integers is 1. Yeah, so if k is the first number, l is the second number, then m is the next number. What it means actually is that since k is the first number, to find l will be k plus 1 since they are consecutive positive integers. So what it means that l is k plus 1 and the m will be k plus 2. Look at it here. Let's go this way so that we will not be confused. We are talking about 3 consecutive positive numbers, positive integers. So if I have, let's say, 2, 3, 4, they are 3 consecutive positive integers. Now, if this is k and this is l and this is m, the difference between this and this is 1. So if I want to form l, I have to add 1 to k. And if I want to form m, I have to add 2 to k. You see that? So that's how we establish this. And why are we doing this? There is no way we can solve for L or K or M using a single equation since we have 3 unknowns. So that's why we have to generate 2 more equations that will enable us solve that problem. So we're going to express this relationship in terms of K only. So if we do that, we're going to have that instead of L, now L is K plus 1. So K plus 1 squared will give me 3 bracket K plus M is what? K plus 2. Beautiful. So we have K plus 1 all squared is equal to 3 bracket 2K plus 2. Okay, that's still beautiful. We have K plus 1 squared is equal to 6 bracket K plus 1. Because 2 is common. Someone may still say, okay, let's solve this way first before we now do another thing that we're supposed to do also. So if I have this, why I have to do this is because I've seen if 2 factor out, I will have the similar term that can divide both sides. So if I have this now, I'm going to have, if I divide both sides by k plus 1. I'm going to have k plus 1 all squared divided by k plus 1 is equal to 6 bracket k plus 1 divided by k plus 1. And when this divide, we are going to have k plus 1 is equal to 6, because k plus 1 we just divide this. This k plus 1 times k plus 1. So when this divide, we are left with what? K plus 1. So k becomes 6 minus 1. K is equal to 5. So if k is 5, what will be L? L will be 5 plus 1, which is what? 6. And M will be what? 5 plus 2, which is what? 7. And if you check that relation, before we now find this, if we check that relation, let's see the relationship now. 5, 6, 7. L is 6. 6 squared is 36. We are just trying to test. Let's see whether it will be equal to this. K plus M will give me 12. 3 times 12 will still give us what? 36. So that's correct. So let's find the value. So M plus L plus 2K. M plus L plus 2K will now give us, what is M? M is 7. What is L? L is 6. 2K will be 2 times 5. That will give me 7 plus 6 plus 10. That will give us 23. That will be 23. Now somebody can still solve this problem from this point. Now someone can decide to open the bracket. So let's go together. Let's open the bracket and see what we are going to have at the end of the day. Let's open the bracket. So if I expand this, this is going to be, we are solving this problem from here now. We are solving it from this point. I didn't want to do this again. Let's see if we open the bracket. You know, I did not open the bracket in the first solution. So alternatively, from that point, let's see what we're going to have. I have k plus 1 all squared is equal to 6 bracket k plus what? 1. 6 bracket k plus 1. At least we knew how we obtained this 6. 3 bracket 2k plus 2. 2 is common, so this becomes 3 times 2 bracket. Because when you factor 2, now we have k plus 1. 3 times 2 will give us 6. Now, if we expand this, we are going to have k squared plus 2k plus 1. This will give me 6k plus what? Plus 6. Okay? Let's transfer every time to this place. We are going to have k squared plus 2k minus 6k plus 1 minus 6 equals what? 0. So that will give us k squared minus 4k, then minus 5 is equal to 0. So we now look for a way to solve this quadratic equation by factorization or by completing the square method or by general formula. Whichever one will be okay. I can use factorization. If I factorize this, we are not looking at quadratic equation. So if I factorize this, I will have k minus 5 into k plus 1 equals what? 0. Find two numbers that their product will give us the product of the first and the last term. And when you sum them, you are going to have minus 4k. It's going to be minus 5 and plus 1. Because minus 5 plus 1 will give me minus 4. And minus 5 times that will give us minus 5. You still remember how we solved that. If you cannot use factorization method, you can also use completing the square method or general formula. So we have k minus 5 equals 0 or k plus 1 equals 0. So k is 0 plus 5 or k is 5 or k is 0 minus 1 or k is minus 1. Now since the equation said 3 consecutive positive integers, so since they are positive, we are going to select k to be positive. It's not going to be what? Negative. All right. So that's it. That's the correct answer. So it's either we do this and arrive at this, or we can still do this. But it's okay doing this so that we actually check whether we are going to have, whether it's possible to have 3 sets of, or 2 different sets of positive integers that can be related using that expression. Okay, that's all for our breakfast question 7. We will still come back to give you another breakfast question, because as far as morning remaineth, there must be breakfast. So we'll stop giving you breakfast in mathematics any day that there is no morning. But as far as morning remaineth on earth, the same way as far as there is the earth remaineth, sowing and reaping time will not cease. So the same way as far as morning remaineth, definitely breakfast will also remain. And that means breakfast question in mathematics meal will also remain. Till I come your way next time, make sure that your spoon is always ready to eat from the pot of mathematics. Thank you, and God bless you.